Ireland Adijnakas, and welcome to this Math Tier 2 intervention. Today's episode, Lesson 3.9, place the first digit. Let's begin by reviewing yesterday's work. We were looking at dividing by 3 and 4 digit dividends with a 1-digit divisor, which, as I pointed out, you never do because you're dividing into the thousands or the hundreds place, and then the hundreds, and then the tens, and then the ones. You're always moving left to right. At most, you're just going a 1-digit into a 2-digit number. So don't be scared. If you'd like to pull out yesterday's lesson, if you have it available, you can compare your answers to the ones that are here. If you have to pause the video to get it and then unpause the video to get back, go ahead and do it. If you have any questions about the answers and you want to work through it, please attend one of our Tier 2 intervention Zooms, or ask at office hours, or reach out to me at mireland@sitechipschool.net. You can see our answers here. And now let's teach today's lesson. We're going to place the first digit. And when we mean by place the first digit, our divisor, the number on the outside, is not going to go into the first number in the dividend, no matter what it is. So you cannot always divide the divisor into the first digit of the dividend. In that case, the quotient starts at the next place value to the right. So if it doesn't go into 4, we regroup that 4 and we go into 46. So here's our sample problem. There are 468 people at a basketball game. There are 9 sets of bleachers. How many people are sitting in each set of the bleachers? So step 1 in a 3-digit dividend is always divide the hundreds. But can we divide the hundreds in this case? Well, is 9 greater than 4? If that answer is yes, then we can't. So we have to regroup that 4 groups of 100 into 40 groups of 10. So now we're going to have 46 groups of 10 here in step 2. 9 does go into 46, and it will do so 5 times as mentioned, because 9 times 5 is 45. And you see how they worked it out here. 46 minus 45 is 1. 1 is smaller than 9, so they brought down the 8. So now we're going 9 into 18. And at this point, we're back to the standard algorithm without any difference from any other problem you ever do. 2 times 9 is 18. So we know that it goes in twice. We have 52. Again, on this, the only thing that's different is we know that the dividend, first digit of the dividend, is not as large as the divisor. The divisor does not go into it. Everything else is going to be standard algorithm. So let me clear my drawings and move down here. We could check our work. 52 times 9 is 468. We're going to do one of these together. And then you're going to have 2 to practice, and we'll review in our next session. So does 8 go into 7? Well, is 8 bigger than 7? It is? Then no, it doesn't go into it. So I'm going to skip it. Some students will put a 0 here. That's okay if that helps you get the placing right now, because you do want to make sure you keep things aligned. If later down the road you decide you no longer want to put the 0 there, that is a-okay. So I have the 7 groups of 100 that I can't use. I can regroup them into 70 groups of 10 plus the 2 groups of 10. I have 72 groups of 10. Now I'll divide. How many times does 8 go into 72? Well, if you're good with your math facts, you'll remember that that's 9 times 8. So I put the 9. 9 times 8 is 72. I subtract. 72 minus 72 is a 0. So my next step is I look, is 0 smaller than 8? If that answer is yes, then I move on and I bring down my 8. Some people will draw an arrow here. so that they're lined up. Make sure you are writing this in. If you are not writing it in, you need to do such and pause the videos when necessary to keep caught up. Now, our next step is we're going to go down and divide 8 by 8. Notice I'm not looking at this top row anymore. I'm down here. And that's what it should be. 8 divided by 8, well, that sounds easy enough. It's 1. I multiply, and our identity property of multiplication says any number times 1 is itself. I could write 0, 8 if I need to line up, but I don't have to. 8 minus 8 is 0. So my remainder is 0, so I don't need to write it. So my final answer is 91. Again, this is just based off the standard algorithm. And if you need more practice or assistance with standard algorithm, you have some options, both reaching out to me, or you can try another website such as Khan Academy. They have a lot of tutorial videos that I recommend, and I can help find those for you if you need me to. Just reach out. This has reached the conclusion of our math tier 2 interventions for this week. So what I would like for you to do is to make sure they're complete and do send them back to me. You can send them in your next paper exchange. If you're an in-person learner, bring it on the first day of your next session. Or if you're at home, you have a couple options. You can exchange them during food deliveries or packet deliveries. You can put them in the red drop box on the front steps at Saginaw Chippewa Academy, or reach out to me for some other arrangement. If you want to and you have a scanner at home, you can scan these in and email them to me, or you can take a picture with a cell phone and text or email them to me as well. If you have any questions, please do email me. I wish you all a minogijigad, Bama P.